All right. Well, thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for being here. I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves before we dive in. But as you can read here, we're talking about redefining the future.
Hi, you're amazing.
You are too.
I am Cheryl Mills Knight. I am the SVP of Brand and Culture at Kendra Scott. I was the first marketing hire back in 2005, and I've built the brand alongside Kendra from the ground up.
Everyone, I'm Wesley Way. I'm the VP of Ops here at Cabinet Health. At Cabinet, we are on a mission to eliminate single-use plastic in healthcare. So looking forward to this panel and sharing some of the stuff that we're building here at Cabinet with you guys.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kim Chappell. I'm the Chief Brand Officer at Bobbie. We are a direct-to-consumer organic infant formula company for all my moms in the house. I got you covered. I joined Bobbie as the third employee in our co-founder's basement and have helped build the brand to where it is today.
Hi, everyone. My name's Megan, and I am the Director of Partnerships at AG1. Super excited to be here. If you guys don't know, AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement, and we're really just on a mission to empower others to take ownership of their health. So I oversee our partnerships and community activations, and I'm super excited to be here and chatting with you all.
Okay, so let's dive in, and I'll throw this one out to anyone who wants to answer it. But I think we all know that sometimes it's hard to stay true to your core values and your mission as you scale a company. You know, there's bumps along the way. There's things that come up. There's the, shiny object syndrome, as I call it. What have you guys experienced or done that's helped you stay true to what is really important to you and your purpose as you've scaled your companies?
I can take this one off the bat. As soon as you said that, and I did not know this question was coming, but for those of you who had a baby in the last couple of years, there was a nationwide infant formula shortage that hit our country. Shelves were empty around the country. It was a really scary time for parents. Bobbie had rapid overnight success. In 2 weeks, we realized if we continue to take customers in that moment, new customers, we were going to sell out of formula and not be able to fulfill our subscriber orders months down the line because we didn't have a sure bet on inventory. So instead of taking that growth in the moment, we made the decision to close our store and start a wait list, which was a tough call to make as an investment-backed company. I was trying so hard to be a loud voice in that room from the brand side and say, if we cannot meet our customers' monthly deliveries, we are dead in the water. Like, you have to be there if you're going to have a subscription-based company with infant formula food. We have to do everything we can to protect them and make sure that they can feed their babies. And so we made that call. We closed the store for 7 months and only shipped to our customers. And the brand love that we received from those moms and from those parents and from those breast cancer survivors and people that couldn't physically breastfeed their kids and relied on our product to feed them was, we still hear from people all the time that are like, you carried me through the formula shortage. And that was a difficult decision, but in hindsight, obviously the right one.
To add, I didn't even say what Kendra Scott is. I just made some assumptions here, so I apologize. We are a jewelry, fashion meets jewelry, fashion meets philanthropy jewelry brand here out of Austin. One of the things that is really powerful is that we have our 3 core values of family, fashion, and philanthropy. And while they began with our founder, Kendra Scott, it was really my job to take those core values that were her personal values and incorporate them into everything that we did as we went from being a wholesale only company for the first 8 years into e-commerce, and more importantly for us, into the retail space. And so we lead with family, fashion, philanthropy is woven into and integrated into everything that we do. And it starts with the people internally believing in it. I want to share a little bit that we just had the KS Academy Awards, as we like to call it, where it's a peer-based nominated celebratory of family, fashion, philanthropy within our culture, and we celebrated individuals today. That matters. So staying true to your core values, but making sure that every person, whether it's somebody that's been there for 19 years or somebody that is a key holder or a sales associate on the floor in Charlottesville, North Carolina, like they believe in family first and giving back to our community. And we just get to use jewelry as a vehicle for connection. That family first is how we show up for our customer, believing that connection, authentic, true connection is at the heart of all of what we do. We make sure we do that. I could talk for a long time about this, but really that having our employees embody connection, listening first, knowing that the transaction, as we like to say, will follow, that they listen to our customers, they respond positively, they surprise and delight our customers, and we engage with a events-based and driven company. We had 21,000 events in our 136 stores nationwide. Our job is to integrate into those communities so that we feel like a local brand, even though we're originally from Austin. So
Yeah, I would love to piggyback off that. So for us, our success and our alignment and staying true has always been our mission of eliminating single-use plastic in medicine. So what we offer our customers today is your first order of medicine, it comes in a beautifully designed glass bottle. Your subsequent refills are in compostable pouches. And that product innovation is our vehicle for change. And having our mission ingrained in our DNA, and more importantly, all the business decisions we make, has allowed us to stay true to this mission. So a perfect example, which I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to, is when we first finalized the design for this packaging system, we placed our initial orders and we got our components, we opened our master cases. Each of our components were wrapped in plastic sleeves. And that was unacceptable for us. For our subsequent reorders, we challenged our suppliers to eliminate those sleeves. And our next iteration was an egg carton format that was made out of plastic still. We're not perfect, but it reduced a significant amount of plastic from just these raw material components. And since then, we moved to paper pulp for all of our raw material components. So outside of just mission to the consumers in terms of eliminating single-use plastic, we're also putting pressure against an entire supply chain that's supplying us everything to stay true to our mission.
Yeah, and I can piggyback on that as well. For AG1, one of the things we do to really stay true to ourselves and our mission to empower others to take ownership of their health is truly the power of simplicity. So as you guys probably see in the supplement space, there's so many different options, and we've really stayed committed to making one really, really high quality product that we stand firm in. There's so much that goes into the rigorous testing process, our NSF certification, the different adaptogens and prebiotics, probiotics, macronutrients that go into this product. And we're just obsessed with continuing to iterate on that one product. So I think for us, just being able to, stay firm in creating excellence in that product has been something that's great for us.
Megan, I'll keep you on the hot seat for a second because I know that you do a lot around partnership programs as well. Could you kind of give us some tangible things for the room around like what would you suggest when you're looking at that as your challenge for growth?
Absolutely. So, our community, our customer is the heartbeat of our brand and always has been. And, people often look to health educators and credible people in the industry to speak on the behalf of their brand. But truly, these are people that we, have been taking the product for years. And so one thing we always want to stay firm in is being able to celebrate all of the milestones that our customers and our partners have passed by just integrating this one daily habit into their routine. So a couple of, exciting partnerships to me include that of with Allison Felix, who everyone probably knows her as a highly decorated Olympic athlete, and we recently collaborated with her on a 3-part series, kind of just tearing down, the barriers that she's faced, throughout her career as she's like rebuilding in different ways, which has been really incredible and really an aspirational story for our customer base. Another example of a partnership that I think really embodies this is that of with Andrew Huberman. He had been taking the product for 10 years. Which, yes, we've been around for that long. And we didn't even start advertising with him until 2021. So that just in and of itself really shows the power of people really believing in our product and already that are able to speak authentically to it.
Thank you. Cheryl, can you talk a little bit about your grassroots involvement and like how that's changed your approach?
I mentioned that 21,000 events in our 136 stores nationwide. That's everything from shopping parties to Kendra Gives Back parties. Integrating into the communities is really key to our success. We want everyone to understand that we're here. We're a jewelry store, but come into our walls and let us take care of you. Let us celebrate with you. Let us host a really great catered party, very specifically curated and catered party for you. So it's really more of that kind of welcoming environment that Kendra always said, you know, we have these four walls, but it's really our home, and we want to invite you into our home, and we want you to have fun and stay a while. So we have these really integrated moments, but it's being able to host, whether it's a shopping party, which is always fun, but you don't have to be a 501c3 in order to host a party. We have so many gorgeous events that happen, horrible, traumatic events that happen in people's lives, and they're like, they know that they can come to us and we will be there and show up for them. And that is a part of our infrastructure. We have a marketing and philanthropic manager, a group of individuals, 30 individuals that report into the marketing team that are dedicated to these regions, these areas, to truly become a part, like I said, of that community. They're here to, yes, share our marketing campaigns and have a lot of fun with the new product launches that happen along the way, but they are dedicated to integrating into the community, the things that matter to the community specifically. What are those organizations that matter specifically to that store in that region? And then we really just open up our doors and let people know that we're here for them.
And speaking of community, I mean, Kim, you'd also mentioned, these mothers, they really appreciated what you did. And so how have you kind of taken that and then driven that forward to create even more impact for your company? Maybe some stories around that.
So our customers, everybody's customers are the lifeline of their company, right? Our customers are different because this is not a soda or a razor or something where we're trying to squeeze something out of them for years on years on years. We have 1 year with our customer and we are feeding their baby, right? And usually at the crossroads of when their body has failed them to do it. And it comes with a lot of guilt and a lot of shame. And there's a huge stigma tied to our product. And we're very, very aware of that. And so what we try to do is, how do we make them feel okay in that moment? And as a team of moms, we're the only mom-founded and led infant formula company in the US, which is pretty wild. But I have 3 kids under 6. My baby, my youngest, was a Bobbie baby. So when this is so deeply personal for you as a team, and you can relate to your customer who is on that journey with you, how are you building that relationship with them over time? And not just trying to sell them something else. What are you actually unlocking for them? What opportunity are you giving them to become activists for the mission that you're on? One of the things that we started was Bobbie for Change, which is the social good arm of our business, which we also staffed in-house because we wanted to invest in that. And now it's one of our highest open emails. And it's people that have joined it that are not even in our community, or not even a customer, but they love what we're trying to do for moms and for new parents in general. And so when we go to do a marketing campaign, it is always rooted in some level of activism, and we pull our community into that. We give them the place to go. We use our engineers to say, go email your senator. We send them the postcard in their inbox that says, put a stamp on this and send it to your lawmaker. We give them the tools to become more than just customers so that they want to stay with us as a brand later, or refer us, or come back if they have a second baby, or if we ever do release that product for a mom or for a toddler, we know that they love us and they want to be still a part of the Bobbie fam, as we call it.
I want to do a partnership with you.
We're
94%.
Let's put some Kendra
female.
Scott in those
Okay,
boxes,
let's
baby.
see.
Business happening right here. I love it. Wes, with what you guys are doing around sustainability, as we all know, like Gen Z especially cares more about the environment than other generations. What has been your approach to working with them? And, how are you marketing to them? And what are you finding that works best?
Absolutely. Our sustainability story is really our marketing vehicle to Gen Z. Gen Z is coming of age where the global climate crisis is very much top of mind, and their feeling of powerlessness has resulted in changing to sustainable ways such as thrifting, composting, purchasing from sustainable brands such as Cabinet. And on our end, our job is to really be able to communicate effectively our mission to eliminate single-use plastic. So when Gen Z is switching their medicine from their traditional single-use plastic containers to Cabinet, they feel good on their purchase, knowing that they're doing good for the earth as well.
Great, thank you. Has anyone got some really good tidbits on what is the best way to market in today's world? Very broad question, so you can take
I
it
just
however
think you
like.
get called on bullshit really, really quickly. Like, you better have the receipts. If you're going to go and say that you stand for a policy or you stand for a mission, what are you actually doing besides that marketing campaign? And how are you seeing that through in the lifeblood of your company? Because I think people, not only on social media, but just Gen Z or, our early millennials, they will call you real fast on some BS. That's what I think.
And I think it's transparency across like everything you're doing. So for us, when we create a new packaging solution, we're not just thinking about, okay, this is our marketing vehicle, say that we are reducing single-use plastic. As I mentioned before, we go up the supply chain to make sure all of the partners that we work with, we hold them to sustainability metrics that then we push to make sure that we are, as a business, running like with our mission, and that way our marketing, as you just mentioned, just like it's consistent and transparent for our customers.
You have to be authentic these days. It's not even somebody's going to call you on your bullshit. It's like somebody is going to truly be like, you are not real. And it's not just the mean people on social media that will say that. I mean, I love it because it's a call for further integrity and further all of us really taking a look at who we are and what we're doing and the impact that we're making. When it comes to your question, I would definitely say empowering our teams, specifically our social media teams, to be quick, agile, and have fun. So we are a fun brand. We have a lot of joy. Joy is a part of the way in which we connect. And so really, there's no yellow tape or red tape or any kind of tape really within the walls of KS. We have a very entrepreneurial mindset, very fast paced. So it's really like green light, go. Like if you want to run it past some leadership, cool. But this channel, this specific communication style, what's relevant, go. Have fun, report back to us, and then we'll see. If it didn't work, great. More importantly, empowering the teams to have that entrepreneurial spirit and to make those really quick decisions, especially in the social media space, it's be awesome. They are happy.
And for us, I would say it's really just about meeting the customer where they're at. Everyone's health journey is very personal to, wherever they're at in their life. And so being able to, provide the right education to someone who might just be starting off on their health journey, and whereas also giving an approach to someone who's been doing this for years and years and years. I think being able to cater to all of those different stages of the journey and, investing in your health is something that we really, really hold true.
Amazing. So we talked about asking a question around like, what advice would you give? I want to flip that a little bit because I actually think we learn the most from our failures. So would you guys like to share a little bit about like maybe one failure and what it taught you, or if we could or keep it briefer and just advice around something you learned through failure? Throwing them a hardball.
Start. So when we first launched Cabinet, we just assumed that regulatory standards set by the FDA were there to protect the consumers. So all the medicine that we were importing and putting into our packaging system and selling we never did any kind of third-party validation checks. Then we decided, okay, maybe we should bring in a third party just to spot check, make sure on an annual basis that let's just make sure our medicine is safe to consume. Did a spot check, and one of our medicines tested super high for lead. Within the FDA spectrum, it's within the tolerance, but for us, it was like 6x more than what you should be consuming on a daily basis. And so we went back to our supply chain. We challenged them, tried to figure out what was the root cause, found out an inactive ingredient was the reason that was driving this lead. But to the FDA, it was perfectly fine to consume. And so since then, every single one of our products are third-party tested, every single batch before it makes its way into our final product and on shelf and sold on our websites.
I thought of a failure. I was racking my brain of like early days, Bobbie. When we had just launched in 2021, we had 10 people on our team, and we got an offer from the company Baby List, who I'm sure many of you guys know, to be in their gift box that they send out to pregnant moms across the country with a can of Bobbie, or an offer for, I think our offer was like 2 free cans of Bobbie, because we wanted to like be the best offer in the box. We're like, oh, this is so awesome, you guys. This is going to change the trajectory of our company. We're going to get into every Baby List box. Well, we weren't big enough to understand the repercussions of that at the time. And of course, it seems so obvious now, but we had major fraud happening with those codes going out, and people were taking advantage. They were sharing it on Facebook. We had to like shut down the whole program. And then we had people angrily reaching out to us being like, I got this Baby List kit. Why can't I redeem this? That were actual real Baby List customers trying to redeem that coupon. We are all like, fuck, what did we just do? So we had to take each person one by one and take them through the Bobbie journey on our platform site and validate that they were Baby List. But because of Baby List privacy stuff, they wouldn't share their data with us. They wouldn't share their email address, so we couldn't cross-check on our own platform. So my advice to you is, before you take on something that may seem like a massive opportunity, do a gut check that you're going to be able to pull it off all the way through the end, and that you have the people and infrastructure, or it's going to be such a mess to clean up and it's actually not worth the opportunity.
I have a small one that's actually something we're facing right now, but very simple. We had messed around with our welcome box packaging so that the D3K2 would stack up against the pouch, and it's created friction, and some of our customers are opening like some packages that are, you know, kind of exploding a little bit. So we've quickly pivoted, and that is no longer happening. But just things like that pop up, that you really just have to roll with the punches, listen to your customer, and move on, that you would never think this will cause a problem. But
Have one for us? You're going to be the only one that doesn't share some failure.
Like every day, there are these little micro failures. They're like this like self-awareness moments. So I was even going down the path of like personal things and like leading teams versus the actual customer experience. But because leadership is so powerful, I think a lot of times we can say things that think are constructive, and it doesn't necessarily land on listening ears. And I think that one of the greatest things that I've learned over the course of time through many mess ups is this making sure that I am thoughtful and deeply empathetically kind when I'm delivering hard messages, because I can be real fiery, can be real hot, and I can be real like, let's just get this done because we got 20 more other things to do in the next 5 minutes. So but also making sure to come back, circle back, and apologize and check in. And I do maybe a little spicy with
Good self-awareness.
with my leadership.
I just thought
Thank
of
you for
another
sharing.
mistake. Can I tell another mistake? Our marketing got flagged by TSA at the airport because we like to put these funny stickers on top of our cans, and we put one that said, "The shit is bomb," as in like your baby's going to have a great shit because the proof is in the poop. Right. And Our customers are traveling and the TSA person said, "What is in this can, ma'am?" So we get these DMs that it's getting flagged by TSA. And I was like,
That's
let's
amazing.
go ahead and cancel that sticker. So maybe think through all the touch points
So
on your
good.
market.
That's
So
amazing.
good. Well, thank you guys so much. We have to wrap up. So we didn't get to our fun facts, but we're out of time. So you're in the clear there. But if you want to share your social handles so that people can follow you or get in touch with you, let's go down the line.
Mine's Peg Mara.
No idea how that's spelled. Okay.
Don't follow me on Instagram. It's all kid stuff. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm Kim Chappell.
Wesley Way on LinkedIn, but Instagram is Weasley Way, and it's Weasley because Wesley Way was taken. So.
I honestly don't post anything except my child once a year for his birthday, and I didn't even do that, and it was yesterday. So I'm Cheryl Mills Knight on LinkedIn.
And I'm Nancy Feckney, LUV on Instagram. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.